What the hell is the back for?
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Well, now they can call me Fat Man.
Alright, peace and blessings to everybody out there. You already know what it is. It's the Higher Heights broadcast, Higher Heights podcast with your boy, Anthony Simmons. And today, I want to talk to you all about a very near and dear subject to my heart. Why the alpha male is becoming a minority and almost extinct. Why is the alpha male becoming a minority or almost extinct? I already know that this is not news. We see it all across the board. They have a term out now called toxic masculinity. And that's actually a term in order to feel good about disseminating or emasculating men. Masculinity that can be considered toxic. But we're also going to discuss why nobody feels sorry for us. That's right. Nobody's coming to our aid. Nobody's going to defend the quote-unquote prototypical alpha male, the male who exudes dominance and leadership. First of all, especially in his home, right? That's already been taken away from the alpha male. Back in the 90s when they started this movement of men get in touch with your feelings, men need to be a little more sensitive and, like I said, in touch with their sensitive side. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do one quick thing. I need y'all to like. Hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. I need people to run those subscriptions up. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before New Year's. It's a fairly new channel, but I need it, and I know we can get there to 1,000 subscribers. Also hit that notification bell. Hashtag Higher Heights. We're trying to run that algorithm up so that you can see more videos like this whenever you want. I'm putting out good information, and I'm also putting out a lot of content. So I would greatly appreciate that if you took the time out to do it. And guess what? It doesn't cost you anything but the click of a button. All right, back to this video. Why the alpha male is becoming the minority and already almost coming extinct. First of all, let me tell y'all this about a man. Men, from the time we're born and we realize the only person in this world who is going to love us unconditionally in this world is our mama. We realize this fairly quick. Either you grew up in a home without your father, or your father was there and he was showing you how to be a man by not paying you no attention. The only person who really took care of you was mama. The only person who will always be there for you is mama. But even mama got a dog in this fight that we're going to talk about today. Even mama is on the side of this argument that we are going to talk about today, right? Because like I said, most men learn fairly early that you on your own. You're a man. You better use what you got. You better get it out the mud. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. You are a man. If you get broke down on the side of a highway, ain't no sense in sticking your thumb out. You are a man. Get something done. People do not care about men's feelings. They don't care about their mental health. And they don't care about any of it. All you're good for is what you're worth, what you could provide. If the moment as a man you do not provide any sense of comfort, protection, provision, you are deemed no good. That's not the case with the opposite sex, but yes, for men. So why are alpha men becoming extinct? Well, like I said, it began with a woman's movement. Now, let me tell you all something here. If you're new to this channel, let me teach real quick. Nothing gets moved in this country without a movement. You understand what I'm saying? The White House doesn't pay attention to you until you become a force and become a movement, okay? Nobody in Washington cares what you think. They don't care how you feel. They don't care unless you are a movement, which means you have the power to move the needle when it comes to election time. Case in point, the LGBTQ community. Until they became strong and a powerful movement, nobody paid attention to their rights. But all of a sudden now, not only do we pay attention to their rights, it's hard pressed. You find somebody hard pressed for even trying to express their opinion about that community, let alone try to do anything violent or anything toward them. They got that movement locked down. They said, look, we're going to fight for this. They fight tooth and nail there at every event, any kind of thing that's damaging to the LGBT community, and even things that probably ain't damaging. They on top of it. They are part of this movement of toxic masculinity as well. You can't say anything about the LGBTQ community, and most heterosexual alpha men do not agree with that lifestyle of living. And it's hard for them to sometimes bite their tongue when it's infringing on our world, our culture. Is being force-fed down our throats, and we're told that even to express your opinion about that community is wrong. Not hating, not using slurs, not trying to degrade them, but if you even express your opinion about that lifestyle, you're wrong. Yeah, it's not enough to respect it, where people aren't gay bashing these days, for lack of a better term. I don't see people gay bashing. It's not enough that we say, okay, cool, y'all do your thing, we do our thing, let's just keep it at that. You have to agree or shut your mouth where you don't even have an opinion when it comes to that movement. Okay, on to the next thing. Women's lib. When it happened, I agree, women are equal people. They are people. So I do believe that they should be treated equal. But the women's movement has become very strong. Y'all understand that? Me Too was just a portion and a fragment and probably step A or B inside of this women's movement now. You know, there was a time in America where women had no say so. Women got no respect. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When we talk about the 30s, 40s, and 50s and so on and so forth, women, weren't allowed to vote in a lot of these places. Opinion wasn't valued, you know what I'm saying, right? Women's opinion wasn't valued. And this is going along with one of the reasons I feel like this is retribution for women, and they're ready to put their foot on men's neck, because for a while this was a man's world. I will not say that right now. You can say it is. I don't say it's a man's world, but for a while it was literally a man's world. Bigger, stronger, more dominant. We ruled with size, like we've always have as men. We ruled and dominated. And so anytime somebody has been oppressed, the oppressor now worries every day about the oppressee, the one who's been oppressed, coming back for payback. And some of this is a little bit of that. Some of this is a little bit of women who are out of control with the whole women's liberation. And sometimes we confuse liberation and sexual orientation, all of that. We confuse those two things, and they are not the same. Because one thing, for a woman to be sexually liberated, well, we're all sexually liberated. We're all sexually liberated. The moment we start having sex, we are sexually liberated. We are free from not having sex. And some women want to express their sexuality and say that it's liberation. I don't know if you felt trapped. I don't know if you felt that's an insecurity within yourself. If you feel like you need to sleep with 100 people in order to express freedom. Men been doing that, and I don't think they think they're more free because they doing it. It's just something that they do. So women always like to have this kind of shell or wall up when it comes in defense of things that they want to do wrong. If they want to sleep with a lot of men, they say that they're just expressing their sexual liberation and freeing themselves. And so that's what it's called when a woman says she's doing it. Now, we know it's another term for it, but women, they call it sexual liberation. Not to knock women. If you notice, I'm being very respectful in terms of, yes, you were oppressed at one point. And yes, I feel like men are kind of weary of what you will do, because you guys are showing your hand before you get a female president. You guys are already showing what your really true intents to have the man to be cowered down. You got a plethora of women who say, I need a man to be a man, to walk in that masculine energy, to walk in that leadership role, to take care of, to provide. On one hand, this is what you say you want, but what that comes with is an alpha attitude. See, an alpha is going to be an alpha at all facets of life. An alpha does not bow down because it's a woman. An alpha is an alpha at all times. And this is what women, they don't like. Because then they need you to be subtle enough that they can command you. and tell you what to do, yet you have to be strong enough to make the important decisions in life, to be the breadwinner, to step into a violent situation if her honor is disrespected, right? So a woman just wants all of these things based off her emotions. She wants everything perfect. I feel like men gave up a lot of their power with this sensitivity, with adapting to the new wave. We let things happen that took away some of our power. Let's get back to this. Why alpha males are becoming a minority, and soon we're almost extinct of alpha energy. They call toxic masculinity. This is what they're calling toxic masculinity. I'm telling you, they want that gone. And they being this movement of the women's movement. Like I said, nobody listens to anybody in this country unless you have a movement that can move the political needle. That can move a political needle. That has power in this country, which is often rooted in money. The Jewish community. You don't get on TV and say a word about the Jewish community. You ain't seen pressure like the Jewish community can put on you. But they're respected. You understand what I'm saying? In order to be respected, you must have a movement. And before I get off of this real quick, I'm going to say this. That's why I told y'all, eventually, if pedophiles get a movement and they have a community of people, y'all think I'm playing. But if they can move a political needle, you will get a candidate that's willing to stand up there and say, we're going to allow pedophilia. You don't believe it. You didn't believe in some of this other stuff that y'all seen a couple of years. But let me tell you what is way by this month. This world is going to move the needle on any agenda that has the ability to affect political outcome. You heard it here, folks, on Higher Heights, man. That's why it's God for me, man. It's God for me all day, because I'm going to listen to God as a man, because God is supposed to lead and guide me. The steps of a good man are ordered by God. I don't like to listen to anybody else but God. And that's another reason why our men's movement, we will never have a men's movement, because I said men learn fairly quickly that nobody cares about you. So we're always on our own and we're always doing things ourselves. But everybody else is grouping up, alpha male. That's the reason that we're going to lose alpha men, regardless of your race. I'm talking about all men who are leaders, who are strong, who stand for what they believe in, who stand firm on what they got to do and what they got to get up and perform and make happen every day. We are becoming extinct because they're grouping up on us. They're grouping against us in order to take away what they call, quote unquote, toxic masculinity. But it's really a dominant male who is ready to do what he has to do every day, who's not afraid to speak when he needs to speak. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I'm way too heavy for that. Y'all be blessed.